You're watching the Weiss channel. Today, we're solving quadratic equations. Now, as hard as that sounds, it's easy because quad means four. All that means is there's four terms, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. That makes it a quadratic. Don't panic with the words, okay? So we're going to solve by factoring. X squared minus 15x plus 50 equals 0. Okay, what times what makes x squared? X times x. What times what makes a positive 50 that added together makes negative 15? Negative 5, negative 10, right? So now what we do is we separate the two. We say x minus 5 equals 0 and x minus 10 equals 0. Add 5 to both sides, you get x equals 5. Add 10 to both sides, you get x equals 10. And this hopefully makes sense because if x equals 5, if I put 5 in for x, 5 minus 5 is 0. 5 minus 10 is negative 5, but 0 times anything is 0. 10, if I put 10 minus 5, that's 5, but 10 minus 10 is 0, and anything times 0 equals 0. So you're going to have two answers in all of these problems, and you're going to have to either hit this plus key in the answer box, right? Or there's a thing that says add additional answer. You need to do that in the Delta Math today. All right? Over here, oh my God, look at this mess. X squared minus 16x plus 38 equals negative 3x minus 2. To do these problems, they all have to be set equal to 0. Have to be equal to 0. So to make it equal to 0, I've got to get rid of I got to get rid of negative 3x and negative 2. How am I going to do that? I'm going to add 3x to both sides. I'm also going to add 2 to both sides. Okay, so when that happens, I wind up with x squared minus 13x plus 40 equals 0. X times x equals x squared. Negative 5 times negative 8 is positive 40, and negative 5 plus negative 8 is negative 13. Hopefully it makes sense that my answers will be positive 5 and positive 8. Okay? 3x squared minus 15x minus 13 equals 5x minus 6. I'm going to minus 5x from both sides. I'm going to add 6 to both sides. I get 3x squared minus 20x minus 7 equals 0. Now, I have a 3 before the x squared. What times what makes 3x squared? 3x times x. What times what makes a negative 7? 1 times 7, and I have to put 1 in 7 because that makes negative 21. When you add positive 1, you get the negative 20. Okay? If I put the 7 here and the 1 here, clearly it would not work. Okay? So, if x minus 7 is one of the pieces, then x equals positive 7. 3x plus 1 equals 0, minus 1 from both sides. You get 3x equals negative 1. Divide by 3, x equals negative 1/3. 4x squared minus 6x equals negative 6x plus 1. I'm going to add 6x to both sides and get 0. I'm going to minus 1 to both sides and have negative 1. 4x squared minus 1 equals 0. Okay. 2x plus 1, 2x minus 1 equals 0. So x must equal positive 1/2 and negative 1/2, right? Actually, it's going to be negative 1/2 and positive 1/2, right? Right, but it doesn't matter which order you put your answers in. Oh my goodness, look at this noise. All right, I'm going to minus 2x from both sides. I'm going to minus 4x from both sides. I'm going to minus 9 from both sides. That will give me 6x squared plus 19x minus 20 equals 0. What times what makes 6x squared? If you try 3x times 2x, you're going to find out, that's not going to work. So I'm going to try 6x and 1x. And when I put in -5 and +4, that works because 24 minus 5 is 19. So I get x equals -4 and x equals +5/6, right? Okay. Now you may also get a problem like this. X squared minus 7x equals 0. In this case, all you're doing is telling me what's common to both terms. There's an x common to both terms. You pull out the x, you're left with x minus 7. Now you have x equals 0 and x minus 7 equals 0. So you have x equals 0 and x equals 7. You've been watching the Weiss channel.